Welcome to BaliLife TV episode 5. So we are here now with Bateman. Sue has been supporting and then coming to BaliLife for quite some times. And here we go. We're going to have a special guest coming and then give us some insight about BaliLife and how they can get involved. So Sue, can you explain a little bit more about how you actually come to visit and to come to support BaliLife?
Okay, so back in 2010, as our company Little Miracles, we have childcare centres.
Yes.
And the Lord told me it was time to reach out to underprivileged children overseas. Not long after that, we decided to come over and have a look at what was happening here. If we can teach the children English, that would make a really big difference. So
Awesome.
That's how we started.
Awesome. So you come here in 2010 and then since then you keep coming back to Bali?
Yes, because we fell in love with the children and because we fell in love with the Balinese people in general, we now come back 3 times a year. I bring a team of some of my staff, they volunteer a week's holiday and they come. Originally it was to teach the children here English.
Yes.
Then it was to teach the children here English plus help their teachers at school.
Yes, that's right.
And now it's to support the daycare that
BaliLife
BaliLife has. And so our staff come over and they train BaliLife daycare staff and they are becoming amazing. The team here in BaliLife daycare is becoming so strong.
Sure.
They're learning so much and they're so enthusiastic. So the daycare is able to then help BaliLife be a bit more self-sufficient.
Yes.
Yeah, it just helps with the cost of running all that BaliLife does. So my team will also, they go to Suwon and help out with teaching the children there.
Suwon is the Tres Mountain.
Yeah, and then they also go to the Street Kids Centre and they help with the teachers there as well with the children. So every time I bring another team, they all just keep falling in love with the children here and with what's happening here in BaliLife.
Awesome.
Because it's so wonderful and we can see so many beautiful results.
So what is the best highlights in our charity and then in our programs?
Okay, I guess the highlight for me is seeing the fruit. So because we've been coming now for 10 years, when we first started there was only 20 children in the home.
Yes.
Now a lot of those that were children then and young are now young adults here serving or they're at uni working, but they also stay connected with the family here, which I think is just amazing.
Thank you.
So for me, that's the biggest thing, is the biggest highlight is actually seeing that this works.
Sure.
That the love that's in BaliLife works and it's transforming these kids' lives.
Yes.
And they're growing up to be very responsible, caring, loving adults.
Yes, they're always coming back on Friday night and then sometimes they're coming back in weekdays and then go straight to the kitchen.
Yes.
Eat our food.
Yes. Just like home. Just like home. That's what children do in our family at home as well. So, but the other part, a big highlight for me is that, so my husband and I, Rob, we have 4 grown-up children and we have 12 grandchildren. And over the years, our children, adult children and our grandchildren have come and been able to play different roles depending on their giftings and their talents.
Awesome.
Because they're not all teachers.
Yeah.
And they've been able to come and be a part of what's happening here as well. So that really adds value to us as a family.
Yeah, that's
because as a whole family, so by the time you put us all together, there's 20 of us. But as a whole family, the whole 20 of us are often talking about BaliLife and what's happening.
Yes.
We've all gained so much.
Sure.
As individuals, but also as a complete family as well.
You also supporting one of our children.
Yes.
Who's now in uni, you and your husband.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Oh, fantastic! Really fantastic. I think particularly when you've been here and you get to know them. So Intan was here when we came for our very first visit, and she would have been about 11 at the time.
Yeah.
And so to now be sponsoring her into uni is just wonderful. But even if we hadn't been here, there's so much satisfaction in being able to know that you're making a huge difference in this individual's life, which then makes such a big difference in other people's lives. All the kids that grow up here, they're so caring of other people. They actually feed into others. So Intan works also with the youth here at the church.
Yes.
And so, yeah, so while we bless her, she blesses so many others.
Yep.
Our investment into intern actually expands.
That's great. And then probably you can say a few messages for all of our children here in our children's home, Street Kids Center and Swim Community Center.
So what I'd like to do, if that's okay,
Yes.
is just declare a blessing of peace.
Yes.
And I declare a blessing of joy, health. So I just declare 2 Timothy over every staff member, every child, and every volunteer, that they have a spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind.
Awesome.
And that they achieve every single dream that God has for them, and not one of them will be robbed of one dream that God has for them. And I declare that out over you all in Jesus' name.
Awesome.
Amen.
And can you say a few words to our viewers?
Oh, viewers, you are amazing, and we need you, every single one of you.
Yes.
You don't have to be coming over like I am to be
Yes.
making a huge difference in these children's lives. I'll try not to cry, but it's true, because every single little bit of help is so appreciated. And Peter and Lena are just amazing, and they genuinely appreciate every bit of help, because they know what difference it makes in these children's lives. We are taking them from hopelessness to hope, dignity and purpose, and they definitely know it, and you can see it in them. You see a child come in to this centre and they'll be down, looking down like this and not confident at all. I'm always amazed. I come back 3 months later and that child always, every single time without fail, has their head up. They're not necessarily super confident, but they've got their head up and smiling now. And then each time you come back, they're more and more confident. And so you as a viewer, no matter what you do to help, big, small, or whatever, you are making a difference.
Thank you, Sue, for that, and I really appreciate your presence here and your support and your continued support, and whole family supporting us, and thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much. That's for episode 5, and we will have another special guest coming on episode 6, episode 7, episode 8, 9 and 10, but we're looking forward to see you soon. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.